Hello, my name is Omar,
I'm Nick.
and welcome to SmarterSundays. We have a special guest with us today, Sophia Hawkins. So Sophia Hawkins is a junior at Wentworth, majoring in interior design. Upon graduation, she is planning to work in the film industry, specializing in set and scenic design. During the summer semester, Sophia is excited to be presiding over the newly formed Wentworth Film Club, where each week they will be discussing a new piece of cinema history. Why don't you say hi, Sophia?
Hi, hello everyone. I just wanted to shout out the Wentworth Film Club that we are just kind of developing right now. It's in the pre-official club stages, but we'll be getting it on Leopard Spot, and we have an advisor, so it's going to be really good, and we're excited to see everyone there.
Awesome. And today's show is going to be about the Oscars, because that is tonight.
Yeah. Tonight at 8 p.m. It's going to be hosted by Regina Hall and Amy Schumer and also Wanda Sykes. Yep. I haven't seen Wanda Sykes in hardly anything in a long time, so I'm excited that they're...
I'm not really good with names, so...
Yeah, she was big in like the 2000s because she was, you know, she's gay and she's black and she's like, I'm at the intersection of these two things and I'm going to talk about it. So, and she's a comedian. The three of them are all comedians. So,
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's just who's hosting the Oscars, and it's tonight at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Though I feel like they have a lot of the Oscars off the television stream, a lot of smaller categories, you know?
That is a good point because this year they are actually taking 12 of the 24, such as Best Animated Short, Best Live Action Short, Hair, Makeup, Costume Design, and a bunch of others. The ones that not, you know, Spielberg's not going to be awarded, or, you know, Jessica Chastain, like no one big is going to be receiving those Oscars. So the network actually said to the Academy and kind of pressured them a little bit, like, hey, we're not don't televise this because it's going to lower our ratings. And I think that's a little bit messed up because give credit where credit is due, and those are the little people, you know, those aren't the people that everyone knows their name. But those people will be presented with their Oscars at 7 p.m. while the red carpet is going on.
Oh, I forget they had the red carpet.
Yeah, with all the dresses and all the... I used to love that.
I don't watch the Oscars too much.
Yeah, I used to when I was little, and then I didn't for a while, and then last year I had nothing else to do, and I was also back into the film scene. In my mind, I was like, I want to know everything. I watched Judas and the Black Messiah. I watched this and that and the other thing, and it was fun. So, I'm excited for this year. Are you guys excited? Are you both going to be watching the Oscars?
I have too much homework to do.
Yeah. Fair. Okay, yeah, I forgot about homework.
Last week was rough, helping out with the ball, so a lot of the backlash from last week is hitting me now.
Yeah.
Right, I hear that.
And I just have a lot of stuff that just keeps getting piled on more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have a job. You don't get homework.
Yeah.
So
you're lucky.
I know, I'm so excited for not being in school anymore. I mean, I took that gap year and I just was not doing... I was doing work and I wasn't doing any homework, so it
was probably great.
It was fun, and I don't think I'm built for homework or academia. I love learning stuff, but I don't love there's constantly something you have to do.
Yeah, that's just the way it is, though.
Yeah, it's like a little specter hanging over the back of my shoulder.
Like, I've an essay I gotta write for my micro econ class.
Yeah.
It's only 250 words, Omar.
Oh my god.
Look, so essay is, I noticed that with the different majors, your term of essay is completely different. If you go to architect, how long do you say an essay normally is for an architect?
Well, we generally don't have to write essays, but for our English classes, really the only major essay we had to write, which was the research paper, and that was 10 pages.
Yeah, most time English is like 5 to 7 pages. Most comp sci essays are between 2 and 4.
Yeah.
Apparently, business major essays are 250 words. I wouldn't even count that as an essay. I would count it as a short response.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, but it's still annoying because I gotta actually put effort into it.
Yeah.
And I don't like writing, so I just avoid it.
Yeah, in interior design, we don't really have essays, but when I take an art history class, which I absolutely love art history. I have all this passion in my brain about it, like, oh my god, this painting just totally upended all the societal power structures, and then I go onto, Google Docs to write my essay, and I just can't. I'm like, what do I even say? It's so frustrating because I can't get it out.
The essays I don't like the most are the ones where, like, just write about your opinion about it. It's like, I can't.
Yeah.
Because, like, when I try, it just doesn't come out very long.
Yeah, it's hard. But that's what, like, the best journalists or the best, people who write articles, they just have that talent.
Anyway, we have to get back on the topic.
Yes, sorry.
So obviously there's many different genres of movies, and a lot of them are going to be portrayed in the Oscars. So are there any genres of movies that you prefer over others?
Well, I would say I generally lean towards, rather than action and like I know DC and Marvel are having a big moment. I've never been big into action movies. I'm always more into the emotional, the psychological, sometimes horror movies because those have like cool political undertones, but I am regretfully sometimes, because I know this is stereotyped as a not a very intellectual genre, but romantic comedies. When romantic comedies are done right, I'm a fan. What about you guys?
Nick, you start.
I'd say I'm more towards like movies that are like based off of either like historical events or like books, because like I like reading.
Like The Boy in the Striped Pajamas?
Not necessarily. That one I didn't really enjoy that much. I'm looking like more towards Gatsby and stuff like that.
Yeah, because that's so sad. The boy, I mean,
that's more historical accurate than Gatsby.
Well, like Gatsby is based on historical events because it's based on life in Prohibition.
Well, do you?
Yeah, but not fully. The whole
I know it's not fully based off, but I'm saying that was just like an example. You don't have to like really like come at me like this.
Well, no, I get what you're saying. Do you like adapted movies better than original movies? Because that's, adapted on a great work of literature.
Yeah.
What about Band of Brothers? That's a good one.
I've never seen that.
I haven't seen it either, but I read the book.
Which movie?
Band of Brothers.
What's that about?
Is it called a battalion? I don't know.
I
think it's a battalion like World War II. The only reason I really like the book is because they meet a general named Omar Bradley.
Ah, nice.
Great.
I heard Tom Hanks was involved with that, right? He like directed it or produced something. I don't know.
There was a movie that my brother tried to get me to watch that was historical accurate. It was basically all done in one take with very few it's all long shots with very few ones. And
do you know what movie this is?
It's a war movie. The dude has to get to the other side and deliver information and not die.
Oh.
And it's very historically accurate, but I don't remember what it is. Oh man. It's a very long movie too, like 2.5, 3 hours long. And like there's a scene in it where they're running down and like everyone's charging and stuff, but they're running adjacent.
Interesting.
I don't remember what it is. 1911?
Oh wait, wasn't there? I know there was a movie 1917.
It might have been 1917.
But maybe there was also a 1911 movie.
No, because
I think it was 1917.
I think 1917.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a World War I movie.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I'm more into action, like Marvel and DC.
Nice.
That's about, and musicals. I really like musicals.
Yeah,
mostly animated musicals.
What's your favorite musical?
Right now?
Encanto.
No.
No? You're not rooting for it at the Oscars, though?
I am.
Yeah.
But that's because my other favorite movie is not in the Oscars. It got released a long time ago.
All right, tell us.
The Greatest Showman.
Oh, was that animated?
Nope.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just about live action.
Right. That was what, 2018? I think that was
December 2017.
2017.
Yeah, it's good. It's good musical, though.
I think that movie might have been in the Oscars that year.
One movie?
Yeah.
It was because, I'm pretty sure it was because, I can't think of her name right now that's saying This Is Me in the movie.
Was it Zendaya?
No, that's not This Is Me.
Oh.
I don't
think of her name right now.
I can't remember either, but another movie that I want to watch is Tick Tick Boom.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. It wasn't super up my alley just because I'm not a... I don't know. Honestly, it wasn't a bad movie.
But
I think it was a good movie.
One thing I like about it is that it's Andrew Garfield, and you can see his acting it very well compared to his Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah.
which is great because it really shows that he's actually a pretty good actor.
Yeah. Well, did you notice he was up, I think, he's up for Best Actor in a Leading Role. I think.
Is that
for Tick, Tick, Boom.
Oh, for Tick, Tick, Boom. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Andrew Garfield, Tick, Tick, Boom, actor in a leading role. But yeah, did we want to talk about the categories, or you probably had some other questions about the general show?
I have a couple more general questions.
Yeah, of course.
There have been lots of hosts who have been comedians on the show. Like, I think at one time it was Eddie Murphy at one point.
Yeah.
Does he still do comedy? I don't know.
Oh, he definitely does, yeah.
Do you think this is on purpose to keep audience entertained between award presentations?
I think it's to keep everything nice and light, but also brings things down to earth. So, like, the average individual who would be watching the Oscars, they're not like, yes, this is a very academic, like, official, like, we know, like, they didn't watch all the movies because it's kind of an elitist system, right? So when you have comedians that everyone knows, it's kind of like, okay, I feel in my element. So I think it takes away some of the, potential pretentiousness that could occur.
I also just like the comedians. Though I really hope that at one time they do Bo Burnham.
Oh, he would be very good.
They would never because he roasted
Bo Burnham.
A lot of those. Oh, yeah. He roasted a lot of like that whole like system type thing. Quite a few of his sets before. So I don't think they ever would do it, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, he was in Promising Young Woman last year, which got a couple Oscars, and I'm telling you, you got it. It's a wild movie.
Do you know
but
what's
it's
funny
so
though?
good.
So before that, Bo Burnham was a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
He did a TV show, a comedy show. This was way back when MTV had the channel that just played music all the time in a few shows.
Right.
Like, way back when MTV was actually like that.
Yeah.
You know, it was like during the Pit My Ride era.
Oh yeah.
In the show, it's called Zack Stone is Going to Be Famous, and Zack is played by Bo Burnham. He wrote the show. They had one season, then it got canceled. But recently, Netflix put it up on Netflix, so now you can watch it. It's actually pretty good.
I was gonna say, I thought that was a Netflix show, but they just kind of took it
from MTV.
That's
from
awesome.
Like way back in the 2000s. Yeah. It's actually a pretty good show, and I like it a lot. He predicted TikTok.
He did?
So, in one of the shows, one of the plot lines is that he wants to make a band, but he doesn't know what to do to make it his gimmick.
Okay.
So his gimmick is to make 7-second songs.
Yeah.
So the people only get the favorite part of their favorite songs. Kind of like
TikTok. Yep. Similar to Vine. Yep.
TikTok.
Wow.
Any of those.
Because our attention spans are just rapidly decreasing. As humans, you know, like, I can't even imagine, like, kids. When we were like 7, I didn't have access to technology when I was 7.
I didn't get my first phone till like middle school.
Oh yeah.
And also I didn't get a laptop till like high school because I actually needed one, and it was my brother's old laptop.
Right. It was out of necessity. It was like your parents said, "This is your phone, so you can tell me where you are." Right? Like, you need this phone, but now it's just like, yeah, my kids are so easily bored that I just have to give them a phone. Not to shame parents, but I'm like, oh, I wish life wasn't like this. Anyway.
The only reason I like having my phone is because I get this. I don't know. I don't think I have ADHD, but I do get distracted easily.
Yeah.
And bored easily too.
I mean, you might. I do. I have ADHD, and it might be genetic, and it might be because of technology. Truly.
Has Eddie Murphy done any movies lately?
Oh, great question. Oh, didn't he do... Oh, maybe I'm mixing him up. Coming to America?
That is Eddie Murphy. I'm 95% positive, but Coming to America came out ages ago.
However, so I said Coming to America. The sequel to Coming to America, number 2... America is the name of the sequel, and I think that just came out like recently.
2021.
Yeah, and
I gotta watch it because that sounds good.
Plus, guess what? It's up for an Oscar. I think it's up for. I swear.
Coming to America is a great movie. My dad loves Eddie Murphy. He's a pretty good comedian, especially in a lot of his A lot of his shows.
Let's see
I'm
where.
trying to think of what
Makeup and hairstyling nominees Coming to America. So Coming to America this year is up for
Making the hairstyle for what role?
for makeup and hairstyling. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're not gonna see it at the Oscars, but
Exactly.
I will try and see if there's some sort of a broadcast version of these categories, because it's like, why would you just take them completely off the air? I don't know. Anyways,
I mean, they'll probably do record it.
yeah, I hope they do. I'll let you guys know what happens.
Anyway.
I'll be your man on the inside, checking it out.
So, obviously, we're talking about like a lot of different types of movies here, and all of them. Some of them have Oscars, some of them were part of Oscars.
Yeah.
What factors do you think make a good movie, in your opinion?
I think writing is the biggest part, because you can really, after you watch a decent amount of movies, I think you can tell when the writing is just not there, or the dialogue. Have you ever just been like, this dialogue is so unrealistic?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
So
sometimes it's so bad it's good.
yes, like The Room, right? Isn't that like the notorious bad
Is
movie?
It The Room?
Yeah, with he's like,
I did not hear her. I did not. I did not.
Lisa, you're you're tearing me apart.
Yeah, it's like a cult following, that movie. It's not a good movie, but it's so bad it's good.
There we go. Yeah. Or, oh, hi, doggy. And he's like, oh, hi. Or the lady's like, hi, I didn't see you there. And he's been standing there for like a full minute.
And I think my favorite thing is, oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Mark. Oh my gosh. The boys in high school used to just
I
say,
still
oh,
say
hi.
that now.
Yeah. It was just such a thing to say. But anyway, to get back on track, if the writing is horrible, just like absolute trash, horrific, but sometimes I will be tricked into not noticing it if you have like a fantastic cinematographer, fantastic set designer. I will just be so blown away by like, oh my gosh, the way they just set this whole room up perfectly. I'll just be totally distracted.
You know what's funny though?
What?
In that movie, there's a lot of picture frames in the movie that has pictures of spoons in it.
In the room?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why?
Well, people thought it was like had some sort of meaning. It wasn't. It's just that they brought the frames and that was the default image for the frame.
No. That's so wild. Oh my goodness.
Hey, how about you, Nick?
Yeah, what do you think makes for a good movie, Nick?
I agree with most of what you say, but I also feel like it also depends on who's casted.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like not everyone's known for every specific genre of movies.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like it's important to be like, okay, like if I want humor, like I need Eddie Murphy or like Adam Sandler or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or like if you wanted like historical drama or something, like I need, I don't know, another actor or whatever. It's like I kind of feel like you just really need to focus with cast as well.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you have somebody that's not known for a specific genre that you're trying to do, it's not going to turn out as well as you think.
Yeah, like if Benedict Cumberbatch was doing like a totally slapstick comedy. I mean, I don't think he would ever sign up for a movie like that. But yeah, do you ever just get totally off put when you realize like this person just, I don't understand why they're in this movie, right?
Yeah. With most of that, I think one of the most important thing is actors / actresses in movies. Mm-hmm. Because like on the Transformers, I can't think of his name right now. Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, yeah.
And Megan Fox.
Yeah.
They aren't very good in that movie, in the first Transformers.
Yeah. Maybe Megan Fox isn't that good, but I know maybe it's just at the point that she was at in her career, but I think she's a fantastic actress. I have a theory that what's his name who directed them? The guy, he was horrible to her. He was so...
I heard that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend that I remember his name, but I just won't even deign to say it on air. I think he was like, some directors are just not super nice to their female stars, and their acting suffers because of it.
Michael Bay.
Oh no! Can you bleep that out when you say it?
Why?
I don't know, just for fun.
I don't know. That's too much work.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But on another hand, obviously there's a big thing in parody movies. And one really good parody movie is Airplane. Okay?
I've never seen that. What is that?
So Airplane is the name of a drama movie that was kind of bad, and the people wanted to parody it, so they literally just took it at an exclamation point, and they barely changed any of the scenes. But the reason why it worked is the writers were really good at wordplay.
Yeah.
And they picked the perfect actor for it, which is Leslie Nielsen.
Okay.
The reason why he's good is because even though it's a comedy, he's a drama actor. So instead of trying to say the lines funny, he said it in the most deadpan serious.
What did you say that person's name was?
I think it's Leslie Nielsen. You never heard of him? So
is this an older movie?
This is an older movie, but he's in Superbad.
Oh, okay.
He's the grandfather in that one. But the reason why he works so well is because he's a drama actor, so he did the line seriously. So, like for instance, one of the examples of wordplay that I can think of wordplay is Livingston saying, tell the pilot to land, we need to get this guy to a hospital, and then this person responds, what is it? And then Linus responds, it's a place where they have patients, but that's not important right now. Or who are you and how did you get in? I'm a locksmith and I'm a locksmith.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
It's great. I love it.
That's really, that's like old school comedy.
It's
very
wordplay,
old school.
and it's really, really good wordplay, and I like it. And also they use like that word of what it is a couple times throughout, or like, now remember my favorite one. This actually isn't even said by him; it's said by a different actor. He said, "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm nervous." First time because they were sitting on a plane. They said, "No, I've been nervous many times." It's just great like that. I love that wordplay.
Yeah, I like that.
It feels so good.
Right.
Alrighty, I'm gonna move on to talking about movies now. All right.
Amazing.
So
can't wait.
We all looked at the best picture list.
Yeah.
Who do you think is most likely to win based on what you got? Now, I won't be talking too much about this because I haven't seen none of those movies.
Okay. You haven't seen any of them?
I don't think so. Let me take a look at the list one more time.
Best picture. Is it cool if I list it off and then we can talk about which ones we have seen, and then based on that we can kind of...
So the best picture is Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard. I can't read that. That's something pizza.
It's licorice pizza.
Licorice. That's how you spell licorice?
Yeah, right?
I hate that word. Licorice Pizza.
I hate that.
Nightmare Alley.
Yeah.
The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. And I've seen none of those movies.
You've seen none of them, not even West Side Story.
I heard of it.
Yeah.
And I heard of Dune because I played the board game.
Right.
It's a good board game though.
Yeah.
We actually talked about it on a tabletop and board game one. With what was his name?
Timothy Chalamet.
Nate.
Anyway, so who do you think is gonna win?
Oh goodness. Okay, I think Power of the Dog is going to win because it's up for I think it's up for the highest number of Oscars, and then second is Dune, which I was surprised, but I don't think Dune's gonna win. I think apparently Coda and Belfast were really good, but I didn't see them, so I can't put my money on them. Power of the Dog, okay, Jane Campion was an amazing director. I saw a little so this aired on Netflix. So Netflix came out with a 17-minute post-movie thing about Jane Campion and what a thoughtful director she was, and I thought this is kind of awesome propaganda if anything, but it's kind of an awesome way to show the members of the Academy, if they're watching, hey, look at what a thorough job she did. And
so what is Power of the Dog about?
Power of the Dog, okay, so you don't realize exactly what it's about until kind of towards the end, but Benedict Cumberbatch is an old cowboy, right? And his brother is played by Jesse Plemons, and Jesse Plemons and Kirsten Dunst, who in real life are actually married, their characters find each other, fall in love, and Kirsten Dunst already has a son. So Jesse Plemons is like, yeah, I love this family that I have. I feel so good. My brother, Benedict Cumberbatch, has always just been so mean to me. He's always just trashing on him. Just being so, he's just not a nice guy. He's mean to basically everyone. And Jesse Plemons is like, okay, I finally found this beautiful family that I can feel support in, and I can support her, is the main thing. But Kirsten Dunst's character has a drinking problem, and her son is in his teens, so he's going through a lot of problems, and he is a little bit more effeminate, which Benedict Cumberbatch is so horrifyingly mean to him for it. You know, he's like, you got these white shoes, you got this crisp white shirt, like, what's wrong with you? You're such a, like, Nancy boy or whatever, which is not, that's a homophobic term. But Benedict Cumberbatch starts to take the boy under his wing, and we kind of notice why Benedict Cumberbatch is being so mean to people, and it's because he himself, this is a spoiler. Okay, he has issues that he hasn't dealt with himself, and that is why he takes his anger out on everyone around him.
That sounds pretty close to real life when people have issues that they haven't dealt with.
Well, that's what makes it so compelling. And it's in the middle of there's this one just farmhouse in the middle of the desert. You know, there's a little corral.
Oh, Cowley the Cowley's dog.
Yeah, basically. It's so good. The cinematography, the sand, the mountains. There's like a big mountain next to it, and the power of the dog comes from Benedict Cumberbatch says to the boy, like, hey, what do you see when you look at that mountain? He says, I see a dog. And Benedict Cumberbatch is like, what? You just see that? He's like, someone had to tell me it looks like a dog. You just saw that? And he's like, yeah, it looks like a dog. So the mountains are like a metaphor for...
Question, whose perspective is the movie told by?
That's a great question, because... That's a really good question. I think it shifts perspective. I don't think it's told by any one person, because you're made to understand how Benedict Cumberbatch is feeling, but you're also made to feel how Jesse Plemons and Kirsten Dunst, it kind of singles out on her as well. And, you know, she'll be looking over her son's shoulder at what he's doing, but sometimes it's within the son's character. And the son, by the way, is played by Cody Smith-McPhee, who's a very new actor, but he's up for Best Supporting Actor. And spoiler alert, I think he might get it. He was very good.
Fun fact, Coy's the Cowley dog was based off real events.
Oh.
It was based off a real couple, and that's a real farmhouse where they reported a lot of strange and unusual sightings.
Wow. Very funny. Yeah. Very funny. So, Nick, what do you think is gonna win for,
To be honest, I think a lot of it has to do with how long I kind of feel like, in my opinion, I thought it would be that too, but at the same time, like, I'm kind of torn, because, like, even though it wasn't great, I kind of think it might also be a chance at West Side Story, just because I feel like...
Is that a musical?
What?
Yeah.
Is it a musical?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because it also, I feel like, depends on how long producers and directors have been in the business for, because obviously, like, the more practice you get, the better your works hopefully will become. Not necessarily true all the time, but...
Right. Well, Jane Campion, she was nominated for The Piano in '93, so she has a lot of Oscar experience, but I'm curious, what do you think about the fact that the original West Side Story actually did win Best Picture?
See, that's why, like, I got torn between it.
Yeah.
Because I saw you, like, bring that point up.
Yeah.
And, like, I got to thinking, that's why I'm thinking it might be Power of the Dog now, because, like, I feel like when movies are remakes, you really have to actually not necessarily meet the standards of the original.
You need to
But,
exceed the
standards.
standards.
You have to go further than you have to like almost like not necessarily like double the standard, but like you really have to like push.
Yeah. And I would say Ariana DeBose, I don't know if she exceeded Rita Moreno, especially because Rita Moreno was in this new movie, kind of like she was giving her blessing, but she was also like, hey, I'm still here. I'm still a little bit of the best supporting actress here. I think Ariana DeBose might get it for supporting actress.
So, we're gonna move back to movies.
Yeah,
All
sorry.
right? We're getting a little bit sidetracked here, all right?
Well, I think, sorry.
So, Sophia, knowing Spielberg's history with directing and producing, when he is nominated for something of this category, do you think it makes him more likely to win? Why or not?
Well, like I said, I don't think it really matters that he has been in the industry for so long, because truly, Guillermo del Toro, Nightmare Alley, he's been in the industry. Spielberg's almost reaching the end of his, well, I don't want to say the end of his career, but I think it really more depends on what is this film. And like we were saying, the fact that it's been done the fact that it is a remake, and the fact that the remake was the best picture, I think members of the Academy will be saying, for this to get best picture, it needs to be light years beyond what we saw in 1961. You know, I think that was the year, if I'm not mistaken.
62, I think it's somewhere around
there. It came out in 61. It was nominated in 62. So, yeah, I don't see it. But like I said, Ariana DeBose did a fantastic job as Anita.
Yeah, like as I said before, I kind of think like everyone has like their off time. Like every director, every producer gets their off time.
Yeah.
I feel like though when you're competing with like someone who's been in the business that long and who's notorious to produce like great movies like Jaws and all those things that came out in the past.
Yeah.
Like you really just have competition.
Yeah, you got big shoes to fill for sure. Yeah, when I saw the trailer for, I was like, Spielberg's doing West Side Story?
Yeah.
Huh?
I was like, yeah.
And I was impressed. I would say it was better than I thought it would be, but meh.
Yeah, I'd say it's like my favorite Spielberg
Right.
movie.
Yeah. I mean, E.T., come on. I think
Yeah.
E.T. won Best Picture in its day.
So, Omar, what do you think?
He hasn't seen any of them.
I haven't seen any of them.
Based off the names
Based
alone.
off of like what we were saying, what
West
do you
Side
think?
Story, let's go.
No.
You just broke Sophia's heart.
If
I'm
you,
sorry, I was distracted last couple minutes. I'll fix the audio levels for next mic.
That's okay. Okay, just
So-
based on the names, if you were to just blindly go into it and you were to vote, you were to put your money on one of them.
I'll put Dune because I actually know what that movie is.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair.
So, we are gonna do a little break right now.
Sure.
Alrighty, and when we get back, we are gonna move right into the major categories of people.
All right, fun.
All right, and welcome back.
Welcome.
We are gonna be talking about some people categories now. All right. So, Sophia,
Yes.
what does someone have to do to be a good actor/actress in a movie?
Well,
Now, this
Let's
relates
see.
to attitude, emotions, body language, etc.
I think they need to really just embody the character and let that, be what you see when you watch the movie. You're not seeing an actor, you're seeing, Tammy Faye Baker or whoever, the Tick Tick Boom. What was his name? The guy who made Rent?
Andrew.
Jonathan. Oh, Larson? Jonathan Larson. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to. Yeah. Yes.
You're
I
asking
think.
me like I've seen the movie and I haven't.
Well, I thought. Do you know who
Do you know
wrote
who's a
Rent?
What?
Who wrote Rent? Wasn't that Jonathan Larson?
No idea.
Oh, okay.
It was, because I've seen Rent multiple times. I'm just trying
Actually,
to,
I-
you asked
Yeah.
me, I'm like,
So I
Anyways,
think a
yeah.
person that really embodies the role so much, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, he really
He does
does.
such a good job, and you can barely tell it's even him in a lot of his movies.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, and a big part of that, of course, is makeup and hair and set.
But his acting
costume.
is just so good.
He really does. Yeah.
Like, Pirates of the Caribbean, he saved that movie. Because by the time that got released, pirate movies are really on their way out. But he really saved it because he's great.
He saved the pirates. So sweet of him.
Not really. Pirates were very ruthless. But,
yeah.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, very good.
He saved chocolate factories. For sure.
A lot of ocean violations. Okay, we'll continue.
Because he was about to give it away to a poor kid.
A poor kid? Wow, are we being classist on the
No,
Smarter
that's just a
Sundays?
fact. Charlie was poor.
What's wrong with
He
being
had
poor
cabbage
though?
soup every night.
Yeah, what's wrong with cabbage soup and being poor?
Well, it's cabbage
Nothing
water.
wrong with it. I'm just saying, like,
It's
did
cabbage
he really
water
save
every night.
chocolate factories? No, he's
Where they
about to
just
give it
soak the
away.
cabbage.
But he was trying to give it a new legacy with Charlie Bucket.
Actually, no.
Charlie Bucket.
Fun fact.
What?
I watched a theory on this.
Okay.
By a YouTube channel. Basically, they theorized that during the book's release, it would have been when OSHA was taking into effect for a lot of those factories. So he was trying to get rid of it, so he didn't get penalized for a lot of the OSHA violations that he has.
Oh, wow. Yeah, OSHA's
That's why I was
intense.
trying to give it away, because he realized I will go bankrupt if I keep this factory. Because first of all, he has like basically slaves.
But he does pay them because he paid him back with cocoa beans.
He does pay back with cocoa beans, which is good. But
Yeah.
also, if you've seen the inside of the factory, too many hazards to count.
I
Second,
agree.
also, there's another theory that he purposely made sure each of the people fell and did the thing that they did.
Yeah, of course
Because
he did.
if you noticed, on the boat ride, there's enough seats for all the kids besides the person who fell into the lake.
Oh.
Or during there's like another ride.
Right.
This was after
Augustus.
after the one after that. Who was after that?
Mike TV.
It was the blonde one from the movie.
Yeah, her. After that one, they did another ride.
Violet.
Violet. They did another ride, and there was just enough seats for everyone besides Violet and Augustus. So he planned the whole thing out.
Interesting.
Or a more logical reason is the director just wanted to have equal seats for everyone and didn't really think about the consequences of that in the movie plot.
Or they just had a bunch of different boats with different sizes.
No, this isn't a boat. This one's like a...
This is the elevator.
No, the one before that. It was like a land vehicle or something. They drove it around.
Maybe they had a bunch of different ones.
In the movie, because when they left the thing, they go into the elevator.
Then what's the land vehicle I'm thinking of?
You might be thinking of the original movie.
It might be the original.
So,
In the remake, it's the boat.
Anyway, let's get back on topic.
yeah, Nick, what do you think makes a good quality in a best actor or actress?
I say a lot of it has to do with how good they are with body language, emotion, and especially, most importantly, how clear they are.
Yeah.
Because I say clarity is probably the most key thing, especially with writing too. So like, even like when you're writing presentations for like architecture or something, even though this is totally off topic. It's literally like you really have to think about what kind of audiences you're basically you're aiming towards, and obviously like everyone who has movies are more or less full-grown adults. So like per se, if you're writing an animation, you have to like basically actually really think about what the cast says.
Yeah.
To like make it understandable to a younger generation, because it's like if you use like larger words that kids won't understand, they're gonna be like, okay, I don't like this movie.
Right. Yeah, that's a big part of writing, right? Yeah. But yeah.
Alright, so of course we're talking about like what makes someone a good actor or actress. But is there any like factors in the movie that affect if the actor or actress is good or not? Like costume design, set, people they work with, etc.
Yeah, well, like Nick was saying, the writing is a really big part of what can make the actor successful. There's also, if you have good, like we said with Johnny Depp, if you have good costume and hair and makeup, it allows them to just absorb that space around them and have the right posture, the right feeling to, you look in the mirror before you go on set and you're like, I am the Mad Hatter. I'm not Johnny Depp, I'm the Mad Hatter.
Oh, I forgot he did the Mad Hatter.
Right? Yeah, and he looked totally different. So you don't even see yourself. So
man, I haven't seen Alice in Wonderland in ages.
Yeah.
The last time I seen it was in 3D.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
I'd say I totally agree with you.
I also agree. Yeah,
All right.
Not very much else there.
Yeah, I feel like when you have good of everything, it really pulls a movie together. Because I feel like sometimes you're able to get away with it if, like, per se, like costume design and like the set design kind of suck. But like, if you have good for all of like the sort of like little things that pull into like what we define as a movie,
Yeah.
it really helps.
Yeah, everyone needs to be pulling their weight to create something that becomes a best picture, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
But obviously that there are a lot of actor categories and whatnot, and a lot of them have very famous people, like leading role categories have people such as Will Smith or Denzel Washington. If these actors are more well known, does that make them more likely to win the category?
I would say, well, in this year particularly, it feels like everyone in that category is pretty well known. I mean, Javier Bardem, right? He's in Being the Ricardos. We've got Andrew Garfield, Benedict Cumberbatch, Javier Bardem, Will Smith, and Denzel Washington. I know Will Smith and Denzel have kind of battled off a couple years before in Best Actor, but I think it's a lot of members of the Academy will already have known these people regardless of whether they're famous. So I don't think it makes a huge difference. But what do you guys think?
How about you, Nick?
I'd say, to your point, that's very understandable, but here's my question. If all of them are fairly well known, does the more well known they are change the outcome?
I think it's really the movie. I think a lot of the time, if you did a good job, if say everyone did a good job, but overall the, like, say Being the Ricardos was just the superior movie, they might say, well, what does that have to do with? Maybe it has to do with Javier Bardem's role in it, and then he gets the award, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe if you played a more critical role, like not everyone is lead actor to the degree, like I don't know, Will Smith in King Richard, he is King Richard, he plays King Richard, whereas I don't know, maybe in another movie there's more actors and more people take up the attention of the viewer, so it really depends.
Like Infinity War?
Sure.
Have you never seen?
No. I'm sorry.
It's one of those. So Infinity War, you need to watch quite a few of the other Marvel movies to know all the characters at least.
Yeah.
But it has the biggest crossover. So it has like Black Panther, Thor, Captain. I can just go on.
Yeah.
Iron Man.
That's the scary part. I know you could.
I could. Bucky's in it too. Which is great.
Bucky was in Infinity War?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, I know what
We got now?
Yeah.
The Hulk, Pym, and like the fucking
Wasn't
Ant-Man.
also... Weren't people like Doctor Strange in that too?
Was Doctor Strange? Yeah, Doctor Strange is in that one too, and Spider-Man.
I feel like Sophia's like, who are these characters you're talking about?
I don't know these people, but that's okay. That's okay, because it's just... you're saying those are examples of where there's just a large cast and there's no one leading.
Cast.
Yeah, there's a lot in Infinity War.
Right. Sometimes the lead actor, actress just consumes like what the movie is about.
For sure.
So, but who do you guys think will win Best Actor. Do you have any idea?
No, because the only actor I can think of right now is... I just had their name.
Will Smith?
Andrew Garfield?
Nope.
Denzel Washington?
Nope. Let me think.
Benedict Cumberbatch?
You're not helping.
Javier, I'm literally just saying everyone who was nominated.
No, this person wasn't even nominated.
Oh,
What's
okay.
his name?
Is it somebody from Infinity War?
No. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, for what?
I don't know. I just like it.
Just in general.
He's a good actor.
There was a movie
Fair.
that I
Yeah,
will
for
say,
Titanic.
Nah.
I'm a pretty big fan of DiCaprio, but I will say there was one movie I liked better than Gatsby that he did, and I can't think of what it's called.
Not Wolf of Wall Street.
No, it was the one where he was like insane on the island.
Oh, with the
The one with like the lighthouse.
Oh, I was thinking of Wilson, right? No, that was Tom Hanks. Never mind.
No, I know. What
Oh, was that because there was like a volleyball that was his only
Volleyball
friend?
named Wilson. Tom Hanks.
Yeah. Right.
What are you talking about?
Give me a second.
Castaway? The Con Show?
No.
Lord of the Flies?
Well, there's the one where he
Shutter
goes. That's a lot.
Shutter
Yeah.
Island? Haven't heard
Yeah.
of that one.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Never seen
But-
it either.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be Benedict Cumberbatch because he just is
Oh, he's
so
good.
good. And again, it's like the power of the it was, I don't know. I liked it. Maybe I was internalizing the Oscar stuff. Like, it has all the makings. It has all the special ingredients. But I really think, I think he was very good in The Power of the Dog this year. Gotta say, Denzel Washington in Macbeth, he played Macbeth. Don't think he was anything special. I'm like, sorry to say it. I thought the movie was great.
They made a Macbeth movie?
Yeah, it was Joel. No, I might mess this up, but one of the Coen brothers, not both of them this time, it was only one of them, did a remake of Macbeth, and it was in black and white. It was beautiful, crisp cinematography. The three witches were played by this one woman, and she was crouched over. She was kind of like moving her body in these really beautiful ways or not beautiful, but
Creepy?
fascinating. Yeah,
Fascinating.
fascinating ways that I think she could have gotten Best Supporting Actress. But not a fan of. Denzel. He was okay.
I'm to be honest with you, I don't know who Denzel Washington is.
He was in a lot of things. All that's coming to mind right now
Why are you
is
so mad at me?
Philadelphia. What else is he
I'm
in?
not like mad. I'm just surprised.
He's got a famous name.
Can I see a picture of him?
Yeah. Denzel Washington. I just know him in Philadelphia, and that was like my favorite.
Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground where I spent most of my day.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the Allstate dude.
No!
That's not Allstate dude?
No, he's not.
Who's the Allstate dude?
He's not a famous guy. I think he's just kind of like a mid-level celebrity. Oh no, this is the time we realize that Omar has been racist this whole time.
Who's the Allstate dude then?
He's just a regular guy. Regular degular.
Yeah. Have you seen the movie Remember the Titans?
Oh, was
No.
he in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know. Like,
What other movies would you know?
yeah, what list his movies?
Equalizer, Training Day, Macbeth, as you mentioned,
Yeah.
Man on Fire, Flight, Fences, The Book of Eli, American Gangster, Deja Vu, The Magnificent Seven, Inside Man, Malcolm X.
Oh yeah, he played Malcolm X in Spike Lee's Malcolm X. I haven't seen that yet, but I think that was.
John Q, as I mentioned, Remember the Titans, Safe House Fallen, Two Guns, Bone Collector, Glory, Out of Time, as you mentioned, Philadelphia, A Journal for Jordan, Unstoppable, the list goes on, holy crap.
Yeah. He's in a lot, but he's not like that exact type of blockbuster.
Yeah, he doesn't have a name, like if I said like, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio, like.
Right.
And then I asked you like, oh,
I knew none of those movies.
He also, it might be the fact that he's in, well, I don't know. I would say when someone like Spike Lee chooses an actor for Malcolm X, he's not trying to market to the mainstream white audience, even though he does need funding from, you know, the mainstream Hollywood, and I think he was nominated for Malcolm X, but
He was.
yeah.
He won the award for it too.
He did. Oh, it might.
Best actor in '93.
Did he face off against? I think he faced off against Will Smith that year, potentially, if I heard correct. But, yeah. I haven't. The only ones I've seen are Power of the Dog, Tragedy of Macbeth.
Alrighty. Well, this could be the same question, but for the actresses, you know, like
Penelope Cruz.
Penelope Cruz, Nicole Kidman,
Mm-hmm.
and Christina Stewart. Same questions before. If these actresses are more well known, does that make them more likely to win because of their popularity and time in the business?
Well, that's a great question. So Kristen Stewart in Spencer, she was decent. I watched that movie. She was decent. She was better than I thought she would be. However, I would say her time in the business, you know, she was in the Twilight movies.
For a while.
She was Bella.
Bella Thorne? No.
So you know Twilight, like the yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I just know about it.
Right. I haven't really seen Twilight either, but I know that a lot of people
I
said.
had a mom and a sister who were both addicted to it and forced me to watch all 4 movies.
Yeah, but I know a lot of people.
I heard Twilight was pretty not good.
Right. There we go. I think a lot of people said Kristen Stewart.
To be honest, I read the 4 books and saw all the movies.
Yeah.
The 5 movies or whatever. To be honest, after reading all 4 and seeing the movies, after like New Moon, it got bad.
Okay. Well, I remember.
Twilight wasn't bad and New Moon wasn't bad, but when you hit Eclipse and Breaking Dawn, they're like.
Yeah. Well, did you ever think that Kristen Stewart's acting was kind of dry? Because I heard a lot of people said that.
To
be honest, I think it was dry as soon as they made New Moon because of it just being like the same sort of character, the same role.
Mm-hmm.
Also, why do the vampires sparkle?
Why do they sparkle?
In sunlight instead of, you know, dying like they should be.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, anyway, my point about Kristen Stewart is I think she's developed a reputation for not being like a fantastic actress, so then when she does actually do a pretty good job in Spencer, it took me like maybe 15 to 20 minutes to actually say to myself, okay, she actually is embodying Princess Diana. She's actually doing a good job being Princess Diana. But in the case of Penelope Cruz and Nicole Kidman, yeah, I think it's quite possible that if they haven't gotten awards before, I would expect the Academy. I don't know. I actually don't know if Penelope Cruz or Nicole Kidman have been awarded Best Actress before, but I would expect the Academy to kind of say, yeah, maybe this is finally their year, and someone like Jessica Chastain or Olivia Colman still has time to win.
Why have they got the name Jessica Chastain?
She's been in several
there
things.
was something I watched recently and she was in it.
Yeah, look her up. Oh, she might have been in what's it called?
Pitch Perfect?
No.
I don't know. That's the first movie that came to my mind.
Jurassic Park, potentially?
Was she?
Like the new, wasn't there like a new Jurassic Park I think she was in?
Was it a new Jurassic? I don't know. The only person I know is Chris Pratt in Jurassic Park. That's all I know.
That's the only thing you know.
The only thing I need to know.
That's the only thing you need to know in this world.
Is that Chris Pratt is in Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Also, the gun he uses in the movie, it's the only gun on that brand's website that is rated for T-Rexes.
Oh, nice. I'm glad it's rated for T-Rex because, you know.
Not gonna lie, there's a lot of movies that I've seen that she's in that I actually didn't know about.
Yeah, she's kind of one of the. She looks just like another actress. Like one of the actresses in Black Mirror, she looks just like, because they're both like
She was
redheads.
in the third Madagascar.
Wait, what? As who? Also, I like Anna Kendrick.
Yeah.
She is a great actress. I think.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why'd you laugh at that?
No, I don't know. Nothing. She's good. She's good.
Okay.
Who do you guys think is gonna win for Best Actress?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I only recognize Kristen Stewart.
Okay. Well, did you see any of the movies?
I don't know.
Nick, have you seen any of those movies?
I've seen the 3 with the actresses we had mentioned.
What were the 3 movies?
You saw Parallel Mothers? Was it good?
Not one of my favorites.
Okay. Yeah.
To be honest, I kind of think it's either gonna be Stewart or not. Who's the other one there?
Nicole Kidman?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, I heard not a lot of people, I don't know. I think some people liked her depiction of Lucy, but I kind of...
Lucy in what?
In Being the Ricardos.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
That's about I Love Lucy with Ricky Ricardo and Lucy Ricardo.
Is that an old show?
Yeah, I Love Lucy is an old show, and this is kind of like a biopic about I Love Lucy.
Oh.
So Javier Bardem plays Ricky Ricardo.
Okay.
Or Desi Arnaz, I'm sorry. So it's Desi Arnaz and then Lucille Ball play Lucy Ricardo and Ricky Ricardo.
I'm not sure. But
yeah. I forget.
Jessica Chastain was in Madagascar 3.
Yeah.
I found out who she played.
Who?
Gia.
I do not remember that character at all.
Interesting.
She was one of the circus animals on the train.
It's been a while since I watched Madagascar, okay? That's like a kid's movie. I haven't seen it.
I would just like to say Jessica Chastain in The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Oh my gosh.
To be honest,
She
I wouldn't
was
be
so
surprised if...
So,
she was so good. She
obviously-
transformed.
so
Sorry.
obviously, with so many categories, there's going to be some overlap
Yeah.
in movies as actors picked.
Yeah.
And there are Best Picture movies nominated in actors in leading roles. Do you think this influenced their chance at winning? Do you think if this was done by a more well-known director slash producer, such as Steven Spielberg, would change the outcome as well?
I don't think, like I said before, I don't know that Steven Spielberg, since he's not quite in his element directing a musical, as far as I'm concerned, or as far
You're
as I
probably
know.
Right. I haven't seen it, but I do know he's mostly primarily action. So
Yeah, I think since he's a little bit out of his element, yeah, I don't think he's gonna have a big effect on it. But I think the judges who picked the nominees are the judges who are picking. These are the same judges all the way through. So they're probably gonna be thinking, based on what they chose in the preliminary rounds, like, did this actor slash actress... Wait, are we speaking about actors first or actresses?
we're doing actresses right now.
Actresses.
We'll do
Actors. Okay, so, well, I'd just like to say straight up, I think Ariana DeBose is going to win for Best Supporting.
I thought for a second I thought you were gonna say Ariana Grande.
No.
Though she was an actor.
She was, but she's not.
Not anymore.
She's
I
not
don't
nominated for anything.
I don't think she acts anymore though.
She doesn't. No, I don't
No,
think
she
so.
probably yeah. I mean, a pretty good one too.
I think our brother still does, though.
Yeah. Well,
Who's her brother?
Frankie Grande.
Ooh, I would need to see pictures, see if he doesn't.
so basically, I think she's gonna win. However, I think when people are voting, they're gonna say, hey, okay, this was nominated for Best Picture. Maybe if they are seeing the overlap, they're gonna say, how much does that have to do with this actress's performance in it? Like, just let me get an example. I would say actress in a supporting role. So, yeah, Ariana DeBose is a great example of that. Well, okay, Kirsten Dunst in The Power of the Dog. That's a fantastic movie, but I think she was very much a character that had things done unto her, and she wasn't really a force in that movie. She was there for a reason, but she wasn't doing a lot. She had things done unto her, and therefore I don't think that she's going to win Best Supporting Actress.
Alright. We're gonna move on to the actors now though.
Okay. Well, I think in the case of the actors, yeah, I think the same thing. I think in this case, Cody Smith-McPhee in The Power of the Dog. Yes, McPhee. He and Jesse Plemons are both nominated for Best Supporting Actor in the same movie, The Power of the Dog. And I think the Academy is gonna say, this was obviously a great movie. We got these two guys who, if they're the ones that, if people are saying, hey, it's The Power of the Dog was a really good movie, and we're comparing these two guys, maybe someone will choose, J.K. Simmons or someone totally different. But if they're looking at these two particularly, they're gonna say who pushed the movie forward, and I think Cody Smith-McPhee pushed the movie forward a little bit more than Jesse Plemons.
Okay. Alrighty. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Sorry, I'm giving long-winded answers.
That's fine. No problem. So, out of the 5 nominees, only 2 of them are connected to Best Picture movies, and they fall under actors and leading roles. Mm-hmm. What are the chances of one of those 2 movies to win? Do you think there's a high enough % chance to feel confident?
5 nominations. I think...
It's okay. Take your time.
Wait, out of 5 nominations in what? Actor?
In Best Picture movies. No, in actors.
In actors.
Actors in leading roles. Words. Sorry.
So
that's okay.
Basically, 2 of the nominations in Best Actor are connected with Best Pictures. What are the? Do you think it basically there's a better chance at winning?
Yeah, but yeah, I think so. But maybe that's just this year. That's a coincidence this year because they happen to have good actors in good movies. So, yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree. If they're popular, they have a high chance of winning because more people know about them, and typically they'll have a more favorable opinion of them. Yeah. Than people who aren't known.
Well, I do have to say, just to not to contradict anything that you were saying, but the voters in the Academy, these are not just regular people like you and me. They're pretty much, I think that just based on podcasts I've listened to and people who are in the industry, I think they know everyone who's nominated pretty much.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they pretty much, especially in Best Lead Actor, they know everyone.
Alrighty. And do you think there are specific factors that go into nominating actors or actresses in these categories, or could it just be based on how popular the movie is in the theater?
I think for sure their popularity as an actor, I think a better movie is more likely to produce a nomination for Best Leading Actor or Actress. But yeah, I do think that people sometimes get comfortable and they say, hey, we like Denzel Washington, we like Will Smith, we like Andrew Garfield, he's been in a lot recently, and they say, hey, he deserves it. And sometimes maybe not for that movie, but he deserves it in general.
Alrighty.
Or they, yeah.
And then this is, so basically in actresses in leading roles, out of the 5 nominations, there are none connected to Best Picture.
Yeah.
Actors, they have a few, which have 2. So do you think a movie being a better movie, would it always be connected to Best Picture for the actor or not?
I'm about to get super political when I say this right now. I think we as a society are more likely to recognize a movie as Best Picture if it's centered around a man's problems. No offense, but I truly think The Lost Daughter, for example, with Olivia Colman and Jessie Buckley, that was such a fantastic movie, and I think I would replace West Side Story with that if it was up to me. So I think there's a direct correlation between Best Actor and Best Picture, where we don't necessarily see that with a lot of these movies. Like, I'm not saying Spencer deserves to be Best Picture, but that is solely a movie about a woman, Lady Diana, and her problems. And so I think when we have a more masculine storyline, we are more likely to say that is a deserving movie. But hot take, what do you guys think? Well, Nick, you've seen more of these movies.
I haven't seen any of these movies, so I'm not giving a comment. But as much as I do want to hear Nick's take, we do have to go to a break now.
Yeah.
And then on the way back, we'll be talking about some of the smaller categories.
All right.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Hello and welcome back. We are gonna be talking about some of the smaller categories now.
Yay.
So Sophia, in categories such as cinematography, costume design, it takes a while to actually prepare all that stuff. You know, get the perfect shot, get all the makeup, costume, and everything. It takes a while. How long do you think it has to take on average? Now, this can depend on the movie, so I'll let you do it by movie if you like it.
Well, let's see. So, for a movie like The Eyes of Tammy Faye, which is nominated for Best Hair and Makeup, I would say it's a lot of like everyday preparation. You know, they have the wigs prepared, they probably have the prosthetics prepared, and I'm guessing it takes about a couple months to prepare those. And then every morning, you know, Jessica Chastain has to go in and get her stuff fitted to her, and you know, the skin glue that they put, you know, that probably takes, I would say, several hours before filming. But stuff like editing and cinematography, those are things that are happening while they go, you know, like when the director I don't know who exactly is in charge of sending the footage to the editor slash DP. They'll I don't know, the director of photography, I guess it's mainly the editor who does it, like post shooting. And
Editors, plural.
Right, yeah.
Look, 1% in the whole movie would take ages.
It would take a long time. That's a good point. But yeah, and then they kind of say like, how long do we need? And probably need like several months depending on how long the movie is.
True.
Yeah.
And there's also multiple different types of editors, because you get the editor that have to actually edit the footage to get the good scenes. Then you have other people who do special effects, sometimes graphical. Really
music editor, probably people bringing in the soundtracks, the sound effects,
changing sounds around.
Right.
Foley sounds, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
So now we did briefly cover this when we were talking about actors, but we're gonna do it from the other side now. In your opinion, does the set, costume design, cinematography make the movie? It can. It really can. I think.
Or what part of the question that I forgot to mention or do you think it's possibly the actors that do it?
Well, we already covered the actor one before.
Because I'm saying, but the question is, do you think it's the actual that, or like as we mentioned the actors?
But we already covered that.
Well, I would say that it's really depending on what is the film that we're making. It's like if it's a very character heavy film, it could be a really bland set, but you know, maybe the cinematography is still really important, but it could be the costume design and the characterization. I think scene composition is also important too. Yeah, absolutely. Like, for instance, Pirates of the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. You know Davy Jones in that movie. He's cursed and he cannot go on land for 100 years. Yeah. Then he can go, after 100 years, he can go on there for one day and that's it. He got cursed because I forget why. Yeah. But in one of the scenes, since he's one of the bigger bad guys of the movie, it's all like 3 bad guys of the movie, which is him and a couple other people, all like lined up, ready to fight or ready to confront Jack Sparrow, and they all want him on the beach. But obviously, according to the cook, he can't be on the beach. So you know what they did? He's standing in buckets of seawater,
and I find it really funny.
Interesting.
Because that's like little like movie details that really help.
Yeah, the way they cut to something and without necessarily saying it in words, you say it in the faces or what they're looking at. I think that's a great point. Yeah, scene composition. I agree.
To me, I feel like it doesn't depend on one or the other. I feel like everything plays a small role into making a movie.
Right.
Especially, like, I feel like it doesn't even really necessarily matter the genre either.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if we're talking about it just basically just the idea of movies, I feel like you need to have everything sort of come together. And I feel like it doesn't necessarily be like, okay, like, we're gonna be like, okay, decision, we're gonna have, like, I don't know, Brad Pitt, Tom Holland, all these actors done. I feel like over time, that's how you perfect these works.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's not just being like, okay, 5 minutes, we have this, we have this, we have that, done.
Well, yeah, of course. It's a really long process, and sometimes you want people and they're not available, so you need to figure out, hey, this like B-list celebrity is available and they'll do a really good job, but they're not going to get us the money that we need. We need someone who, excuse me. Wait. Sorry. Thank you. You know, maybe, yeah, maybe Brad Pitt's not available, but this kind of lower rate actor who doesn't statistically bring in as much money, but he's really good. They have to see, you know, okay, we're going to bring in a supporting actor who's a little bit more well-known. So there's so many factors to bring in when you're talking about making a movie actually feasible to make, because they don't want to be in the red here, you know. They not only is it about getting the accolades, but on a very base level, you don't want to be bankrupt because of a movie, and so it's a business, which makes it tricky because it's also an art.
And in terms of Pirate of the Caribbean, this was a shot I was talking about.
Oh yeah, I mean that's beautiful the way they have the three people there.
And Davy Jones, which is on the far right,
yeah, he's in the bucket.
Cannot step foot on land due to the curse.
That's really cool.
Somebody put him in a bucket of seawater.
Right. You see that the two other guys are standing on land, and what did you say, Davy Jones?
Yeah.
Let's stay on top of the work at the time.
Alrighty.
Yeah, he's in the bucket. So that's cool.
Just because of time, I'm going to combine some of these.
Okay.
So in the category of directing and production design, Spielberg is both nominated for West Side Story. Do you think he could take this category? And do you think this is one of his better works?
You said you said directing and production design. No, I don't think he's going to take them. Let me see. Excuse me just a moment. I'm going to see if, because I actually forget the production design nominees. I would like to say I am very upset that production design, we didn't get any sort of a Wes Anderson French Dispatch nod here, but no, I don't think he's going to win for directing. Okay, we've got Dune, we've got Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. I think it's a contender. They're all very good movies, but I don't think it has...
I feel like it comes... Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
I feel like it comes back to the whole thing that we mentioned earlier, where it's a remake, and you kind of have to exceed what the original was produced.
Yeah. I think people...
I think it falls under that kind of...
People have said since the original West Side Story, I'm pretty sure it was in Technicolor, so we have a lot of advanced film editing now that we didn't have back then. Might make it a little bit easier to win, but its production design might be tricky this year, I think. Yeah. Final answer. It's complicated.
So how important is music to a movie? Do you think it is important to incorporate original songs into your work? And do you think movies such as Encanto could take this category?
Yeah, I think Encanto, because it's a Disney movie, is definitely going to have a lot rallying behind it, just like Soul did last year. But of course, Soul didn't have I don't think Soul had the popularity in music that Encanto does this year.
Encanto was good though.
Encanto's really good. Based on the music, I didn't see the movie, but I know the music is good. I think it depends if you want to make a point of having a well-known song, that should be a very intentional decision, but sometimes people do want to have a really well-known song, and other times people want an original score that's very subdued and not like, oh my god, this is Paris Hilton in Promising Young Woman. Oh my god, we know what this song is. Sometimes it's nice to have an original score.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do agree with you on a lot of that. So then, finally, when making a movie, why is the writing and original screenplay so important? Some Best Picture movies are nominated in this category. Does this increase chances of winning? Why or why not?
Yeah, the writing is a really important part, so I would say yes. But a lot of there's Best Screenplay Original and then Best Screenplay Adapted, and a lot of people have adapted from books. A movie like Maggie Gyllenhaal this year did The Lost Daughter, adapted from the book The Lost Daughter.
Yeah, I feel like we see a lot of book adapted movies,
Yeah.
especially in series.
Yeah, I'm really not mad at that. I'm kind of a fan. Like Nightmare Alley, I believe, was a book, and then it was a 1947 movie, and now it's a movie again. And I think that's kind of, maybe that's just me, but I find it successful because you get to compare and contrast, and you get to create like kind of a film lore, that's just gone on through time, and make a really interesting thing of it.
And then one question going off of that. Do you think movies that are adapted from books such as Frankenstein, Dracula, were more successful than adaptations we see today?
No, I think we have really good adaptations today. I don't think there's anything lacking in the adaptations we see today.
Yeah, but you see,
Yeah.
I don't think that the adaptations are as good as the book, because I think one thing that book does very well is it lets your mind fill in a lot of the details,
Yeah.
which movies just don't let you do. So
Right.
you can get like typically a much more like scarier or better understanding of the scenery and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, Nick, what you were asking is, do films do better now as adaptations than they did before, right? Yeah, I think film adaptations just need to be really thoughtful and well done, but I think you can only go up. So, yeah.
And then, do you think sound and visual effects make a movie, or are there other factors to pull everything together?
I think without good visuals and good audio, it wouldn't be a professional grade movie. So I think yeah, those are essential.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like you could have somewhat bad visuals, but I feel like if you have a movie that does not have music, it really won't.
Yeah.
Perform in the theater. It will gain a lot of attention.
I don't think we're just going to talk about music and sound effects for that. I think we're also going to talk about visuals as well, because visuals as well, because
why?
in Avatar there's a few scenes that they chose to animate in visual in a very unique way, and I really add to it. So
Yeah.
in one of those scenes, have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, the cartoon TV show?
No, I have
Very
not.
good.
Yeah.
There's a character, Iroh. He's the uncle of the main antagonist of a good chunk of the series.
Yeah.
But like everyone loves Iroh because he's very he's a great character. If you watch the show, he's a great character.
Yeah.
In one of the scenes, I'm pretty sure it's him. Don't quote me on that though. There's a scene. Is it him? Oh, no, I don't remember. There's a scene where one of the main characters gets beat up, and instead of showing it, it like pans to behind a wall, and you can still hear it though. Mm-hmm. Almost like a censored scene type sorts, and it really adds to the feel of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway, so that is the end of our show. Thank you, Sophia, for coming in.
Of course. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
And join us next week where we're going to be talking about the Grammys. The Grammys. Awesome. What? It's Grammys with Zach Bell. So be prepared for that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Alrighty.
Cool.
So have a good day, everyone.